also feel like I didn't used to have meetings back to back. That's definitely new. Brace yourself because it's definitely gonna be draining. Oh, cool. They give you a $30 DoorDash gift card if you join this meeting. It's 3:15, but everyone started to leave, so I was like, you know what? I can finish my work at home. And there were a few situations where like that boss would yell at people like publicly in meetings. It's week 2. I decided to like do a little check-in for people who are overcoming some trauma, you know, from previous workplace. Like you will still have those feelings sometimes. Okay, I have a meeting in a few minutes, but I have a few minutes to chat. So, advice for my future self: eat breakfast before your morning meetings. I had meetings back to back for over 3 hours. I didn't get to eat breakfast until like 12. So yeah, I was kind of exhausted because I had to introduce myself to everyone. As a very shy, very introverted person, obviously that takes a lot of my energy. So after those few hours, I was like exhausted. But after that, I had time to just set up my email and everything and just basically do all the work that doesn't include meetings. So it was nice, even though like the first few hours I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna do it today? Everyone is amazing. And you know, it's funny because I met with my friend a few days ago and he didn't have that great experience with any of the companies he worked for, so he was trying to lower my expectations. So I started like get paranoid and be like, oh my god, what if I'm gonna hate it? What if it's gonna be awful? So yeah, because like I was just super excited and like all the interviews that I had with them were amazing, so I was just like, there's no way. But I just started to get stressed about this and be like, oh my god, what if it's not what I thought it was? But it's been great. Even yesterday, even though like I didn't eat my breakfast, I didn't have like my usual routine, which I'm very particular. Like I need to always have the same routine. I'm one of those people who like need to have a routine because otherwise, like if something is not going as planned, I get stressed out very quickly. So not having breakfast definitely was not a great thing because like I had more meetings after meetings because like people are scheduling, which is fine. Just I didn't consider that would be happening. And obviously your first few days, you don't know how things are. At my previous job, very rarely people would schedule, you know, spontaneous meetings. I'm gonna schedule some intro meetings with people from my team. I'm excited to see them again because, you know, last time I saw them in my interviews. But yeah, super excited. So far so good, but again, don't assume like your first day will be like super lax because you're probably gonna be in a lot of meetings, so you need to have a lot of energy and you just need to be prepared that, you know, some things may come up, you know, maybe your computer will have issues and like you need to, you know, call IT and stuff, and just like you have to assume that there will be a lot of unexpected things happening. That was my mistake. I didn't assume that. I was just like, oh, it's gonna be fine. I only have one meeting. Wrong. Yeah. So anyhow, I'm getting another package today from work with more equipment. I'm gonna get it set up and oh, I'm going to the office on Thursday, so that's cool. I'm gonna meet some people in person, so I'm excited. Where am I? Good. I'll need some. Rice.
Very good.
And after lunch, I kind of felt a little sick. I think I ate too much. So I just changed into my sweats and moved to bed to just do some more like my checklist stuff. And I also had to message a few people. Honestly, I don't really have like actual work this week, and I probably won't have because they still have to give me Adobe access, and I'm probably gonna get it next week. So this week is honestly just like meeting people and going through, you know, all the trainings, all my like checklists, benefits and stuff like that. So more of like organizational stuff. It's been nice. Everyone is just amazing, super friendly, and I feel like the culture fit here is just perfect. So far, I really love the company and what it stands for, and I'm really excited. But to be completely honest with you guys, I haven't been in Zoom meetings for a very long time, and it's definitely draining. Like, it's really draining. So I'm getting used to it. I feel like in a way maybe that's why I partially felt sick, because it was just a lot of energy. And yeah, everyone is super nice. It's not like too stressful, but getting used to that routine, it is definitely taking a while. So yeah. I also feel like I didn't used to have meetings back to back. That's definitely new, but I kind of like it in a way because like it's a lot easier to like, you know, have time to focus or like just plan your days, because if you have meetings like all over the calendar, like it's really hard to just get into the flow. So I kind of like it, but I definitely have to like get used to it and get comfortable with it again. Yeah, so it's honestly kind of late. They told me that on Thursday I can show up basically anytime around, you know, 9 to 10, and then everyone apparently leaves after lunch, so no one is there after 3. So that's nice because like I kind of want to meet everyone, but also like I don't want to spend a whole day in the office because I like working from home. I like to have the option. Like today, like I felt kind of tired and like just feeling sick, and like I was just able to work in my bed, and I feel better now. I did laundry earlier today. I just, you know, quick laundry, so I'm just gonna take it out of the dryer and put it all in the closet. And I'm just trying to think what else I can do today because everyone logs off after 6, so like I'm just trying to think what I can fit in around an hour. I'm just worried if I'm gonna start a new training because like we have a few trainings that we have to go through, like, you know, security and trainings that you need to go through whenever you get a new job, that kind of stuff. And I do wonder if it's enough time. I have a feeling I'm gonna be just doing it on Thursday in the office, unless I'm gonna start socializing and get distracted, which is very likely, but I definitely have to do it this month. So I have some time, just I'd rather do it sooner than later. So far so good, but it's definitely exhausting in a way, those meetings. I definitely prefer to just like do my work and have less meetings, but this first week you just have to assume that you're gonna have a lot of meetings, you're gonna be meeting a lot of people, you know, you're gonna be introduced to a lot of people. So I feel like for introverts, just, you know, brace yourself because it's definitely gonna be draining, but it's good stuff. I haven't had like any negative interactions. Everyone's just so sweet. Okay, another funny thing is that everyone is so nice that like you kind of want to even like engage and like, you know, go to those meetings because like you're not afraid that something will happen. Like at the previous company, I just never knew if like someone will be in a bad mood and will start yelling in the meeting, because that happened. Oh cool, they give you a $30 DoorDash gift card if you join this meeting. There's a lot of optional meetings. Basically, this one's like a movie film screening. So like you join a meeting and you watch the movie and you like comment during it. your observations. It's like, you know, you watching a movie together. Never done that before. It's during work hours, which is interesting. I'm like, okay. I mean, why not? They give me free food and I can watch a movie on my work time. Sure. So it's after 5. I do see that a lot of people would just log off, at least from my team. I guess it's 9 to 5. Okay, so fine. Anyhow, I think I prefer the 10 to 6 schedule. Tomorrow I'm going into the office. I gotta prepare my tote bag. I mean, I have all the stuff that I need in it, but I also have to bring some AirPods. I literally have to because this one is broken. This is the AirPods Pro and they're broken. I went to the Apple store and they literally said that I was wait like 3 days because they were exchanging like the broken AirPods to working AirPods, and they were like, sorry, you missed the window. And I'm like, great. So because I'm super cheap, I'm like, I don't want to buy another AirPods. I'm upset, you know, I spent so much money. So I'm just using my super old ones that actually work. I think they're from 2019. It's not real. There's no date on them, so I have no idea, but they work. Here's my tote, like I said in the other video. I literally keep always this stuffing in it because I like to keep the shape. And you know, it's funny. I think I am a little extra because I was like, okay, so I unpacked my studio display, so I have this big box, but I don't really have room for it here, so can I like drop it off by the office? And the IT was like, oh, you can just recycle it. So I think I'm the only person who like keeps all the original boxes. It's so unnecessary. It just takes so much space, but I feel bad tossing it because like all the packaging nowadays, it just seems so high quality, especially like Apple products, like that I feel bad tossing it. It's like a separate product in itself. Anyhow, I'll find some room for it. But yeah, kind of the same thing as yesterday. I had some meetings this morning, meeting new people pretty much every day, and it is kind of exhausting again. Like, it's very interesting. I'm excited to see how I'm gonna feel tomorrow meeting people in person. I feel like in a way, maybe less awkward and less energy draining, because something about Zoom meetings, it's kind of awkward because like sometimes you talk over other people and you're like, oh no, I'm sorry. And sometimes it's like awkward silence and you don't know what to do or what to say. And in person, I feel like it's just a lot easier to just like be present and not talk, if that makes sense. But in the Zoom meeting, it's like everyone just staring at each other and it's like, someone has to say something. But like, I guess we should just start normalizing. It's okay if we have nothing to say, right? That should be fine. I change into sweats after my morning meetings, which again, I kind of like it that we only have meetings in the morning and then I can just like change into comfortable clothes and be less formal, if that makes sense. Because I don't know, something about being like in meetings, like I feel like I show respect by like, you know, showing up obviously, but also like dressing up and like looking like I didn't just roll out of bed. So tomorrow I probably will leave after lunch, honestly, because it's just so much easier for me to focus if I'm in my own room, because like I even had to move the bedroom because it was kind of distracting having Tony in the same room. So it's a lot easier for me to like regain my energy. I'm like such an introvert. Otherwise, I feel very drained. If you also feel like you're a little drained after meetings and, you know, meeting new people too, like spend some time alone. And that's like, you know, go for a walk, honestly, too. Just, it's, again, our ritual that we go for a walk together with our pup, Tortellino. Like, he literally won't want to walk if one of us is not going for a walk. Like, if I want to walk Tortellino by myself, he will be like upset. he's so spoiled. But honestly, it's a way for us to just chat after work, you know, reconnect. So I don't mind it, but again, then it's nice to just have separate spaces and yeah, focus on our own hobbies and activities. It's something like really important. He's playing video games. I'm not sure if you can hear it, hopefully not. That's his way of recouping energy, having his time, you know, me time. And for me, it's honestly just, yeah, being in a separate room and like work on my videos. Honestly, I like that. Yeah, I still have to go through the training material I started, and it said that it would take me 30 minutes, and it definitely took me longer because every slide you have to like click, they want to make sure that you are present. And the problem is that a few times it would just glitch and it would just not save where I was, and it would make me rewatch something a few times. So super frustrating. I think it took me good 45 minutes to do a course that's supposed to be 30 minutes. So I'm getting prepared that it's gonna take me a little longer than I thought to finish all the courses. Good thing is that I do have a month to finish it, so if I'm not gonna finish it today, it's probably fine. I'm planning to do more tomorrow, and yeah, probably gonna have a lot more interesting insights tomorrow after meeting people in person. Okay, so it is almost 6 and I see that pretty much everyone logged out. No one is online anymore, but I did go for a walk with my pup at 4. Yes, at 4. So I did technically took a break earlier. So I want to kind of make up for it. I want to be fair, even though like no one is actually requiring me to do that. So I appreciate that, and honestly, you know, that's the thing about like healthy work environment and like nice people, is that it's like it works. Like it makes you wanna like put in that extra mile. Like you wanna make people happy because they give so much from them that like you just wanna, you know, be fair, and you just want to make everyone else happy. And it's a nice feeling when you know that it's not required. Like, you know, at my previous company, there was a person who would literally yell at people if they would not be able to log in and like, I don't know, work on something or fix some small issue in the middle of the night. So there was a scenario. Someone left, like they logged out, you know, at 6 and they went to dancing classes at 7. And our boss got upset because there was a small issue in the project. And honestly, they didn't need to release that video that day, but the boss had to like check it off and make sure that whatever is being worked on is released ASAP, even if the client doesn't really need it. So there was a lot of pressure on people, especially video editors. And because that person wasn't available to do that quick fix, again, that was a quick fix. But the thing is that download the project, fix it up, then upload it to this service, and it was a whole process. Like, yes, it was a quick fix in the editing tool. Like, it would take you like maybe a minute to fix it, but then the whole process of like, you know, opening the project, then downloading it, uploading to that service, then sending the link to a producer, and then backing up that project, like that would take more than a minute. Like that would take at least 30 minutes. And again, if someone wasn't in front of their computer, it was impossible to do. So there were a few situations where like that boss would yell at people like publicly in meetings or on Slack, and seeing that was literally the worst thing, because it made me really sad that this is happening. And like, you know, everyone was afraid that they will lose their jobs if they are not available 24/7. And honestly, it's not like sustainable. People need to have free time. People need to be able to like, you know, go to do their hobbies or like meet their friends after work. It's not sustainable to like expect people to just be online all the time. So anyhow, I hate toxic work environment, and I was terrified that I would end up in a place like that again, because a lot of my friends who worked with me, who I still, you know, have contact with, worked with me at that company, they ended up in a similar situation. And I was terrified that like something in my brain like picks those places, you know what I mean? So I was very, very vigilant about like looking for red flags. If one person, like I had interview with 7 people, so I asked certain questions and like I tried to fish out information that would tell me more about work culture, about the company, and everything I heard, I was basically looking for any red flags because I don't want to be in the same situation again. That was very toxic. It hurt me mentally, and it just, I needed to recover for a very long time. I needed so much time to like feel like myself again, because like my self-esteem was super low after that, and I just felt like a total failure, even though like I'm capable. Like I was definitely a lot more valuable to the company than that boss, the middle manager, but yet he made everyone feel like shit. So yeah, honestly, being kind to other people goes a long way. You will motivate other people to work. You will make sure that people are happy, people are not depressed, people are not burnt out. So basically, it's a good thing, and I'm happy. Okay, I'm going to the office. Hopefully I can get in. I know some people that are working in the office today, so I can always just message them, so it's gonna be probably just fine. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous, but honestly, everyone is just super friendly, so I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, I'm bringing half of my lunch back home. Hopefully it won't stink up my car. Someone was leaking. Anyhow, it's 3:15, but everyone started to leave, so I was like, you know what? I can finish my work at home, and it was great. It was so nice. Everyone is just so sweet and just pleasure to be around. So I had great time. Honestly, it was nice to work in the office. Like you're just really focused. So yeah, honestly, on like busy days, when I want to just focus, like could be a good thing to go into the office. So yeah, it's actually also very close. Fun. That was fun, especially lunchtime. We're chatting with everyone, and it's just such a nice atmosphere, and the office is like amazing. Probably the nicest office I ever worked on, and yeah, it's super nice. I didn't want to record a lot this time, you know, it's my first time in the office. I didn't want to be, you know, kind of awkward, but maybe next time. So yeah, I only got a few shots, but it was super nice. So I may be coming in regularly. Hi. Yeah, it's no problem. We used to use Monday, but it's similar, so I dealt with it pretty quickly. That's bright. Aren't you happy I'm here? You need to be on me. I don't think you can comfortably sit on me. Here, come on the couch. Needy boy. Here. Okay, so it's week 2. I decided to like do, you know, a little check-in. It's been a few days. Just wanted to check in because I had a lot of thoughts over the weekend, and on Monday before work, I actually had a lot of anxiety. Kind of the feelings that I had when I worked at the previous company. Like literally every single day, every single morning, I would have a ton of anxiety. We had those morning meetings and they were always just unexpected things would happen, and sometimes you would have to like, you know, present during those meetings when you didn't know you would have to present. And I'm not a public speaker. I just really hate like talking in a big group, especially with people like I don't really interact on every day basis. So that was insanely stressful to me, and I would also never know if my boss would be upset or not. So anyhow, I just had a lot of anxiety, and that Monday I started to feel similarly because like I had, you know, still that trauma with me. And Monday went great. I had meetings, everything was fine, and I felt, I don't know what to call it properly, but I feel like creating new experiences that are a lot healthier, and hopefully at some point that like those thoughts and feelings won't come back, the negative ones. And on Tuesday and Wednesday had meetings or meeting still some new people, and zero anxiety. I felt completely fine. I was even excited to work and to have meetings. That was like the complete opposite of what I felt when I was working at the previous company. So I feel like that's interesting, and it's something worth mentioning for people who are overcoming some trauma, you know, from previous workplace. Like you will still have those feelings sometimes, and it's just because like you experienced something traumatic in the past, and it's gonna take time to basically heal it. But having the good experiences will definitely help with that. It really depends on the people like you work with, and because everyone at my company, a current company, is just so amazing and supportive and just so kind that there's no space for negative feelings. If you make a mistake, no one is pointing out fingers, like no one is judging you. Everyone there like understands that like you are a human and it's okay. So I feel very comfortable just being honest and vulnerable. So just wanted to say that because I really appreciate it, and everyone is just so amazing. Yeah, another good week. Just I feel insanely grateful to be on that team, to work for such a wonderful company. And I got to work on a few projects now. I even finished one. The work is fun. People are amazing. Culture at this company is great. I actually have a dentist appointment later today, and I also like wasn't sure if they would be upset because like it's my second week and like I have to go to the dentist and like, you know, take some time off. And like my boss was totally cool. He said like, oh, don't even bother putting in the out of the office calendar. Just, you know, if you have a meeting, make sure to sign people that, you know, you're not gonna be in the meeting, but like it's totally cool. And that's like so different from like my previous experiences. You know, if I would have to take PTO, they would always be upset. It's like, oh, you should give us a month, you know, in advance, like blah, 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 blah. There was always a problem. And like every time I had to ask them for something, like I would feel so stressed out because I knew that they would be disappointed. So very different.